Welcome to KH No Football, KH the rivals. Thank you very much. KH Field rivals. I keep forgetting what anyway, we're here another week 35 of the Premier League with Lambs. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. We're third. We're in 2 finals. I can't really complain.
That's true. Will, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Good day. Yeah, just looking forward to talking about the football.
That's true. Let's get admin out the way. YouTube channels and Twitter links are in the description below. Please like and share the video. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. You can put your thoughts in the chat. If you want to donate to the channel, you can also do a super chat as well. Those will be read out. Now, we're only going to cover about 4 games, but we're going to go more in detail review of the City-Chelsea game. Because yesterday, we've done a little bit of it, but it was a 1K celebration video. So we're going to watch that. That's on from yesterday as well. So please go ahead. Everyone on this panel was on that show for a long time. So it's very good. It's very good. But yeah. So we should be joined by Marshall in a few minutes. Kai is not going to be joining us today. And I don't think Slendz is either, but he may try to do so. But I just want to start off with something that's not the games. I've really been annoyed recently that, you know, when have you ever gone on listen to radio or Twitter when other fans say to you that, hey, you should calm down? No, you Chelsea fans should calm down.
Like, shut the fuck up. Don't tell me to calm down.
I know, right? I was like, you don't understand. July 20 whatever, we were in the toilet. All right, I hated my team. All right, I hated my club. I didn't want to watch them. And 4 months later, we're in 2 finals, battling for third in the Premier League. And I'm going to over-celebrate. You know what I mean? Don't tell me how I'm going to celebrate. It's just mad.
We're third, which is, you know, we used to moan at Arsenal fans for being happy that they're in the top 4. But do you know what? Lampard has got as many UCLs as Wenger, so they can just shut up.
That's true.
Do you know why we used to moan at Arsenal for like just wanting to get into the top 4? Yeah, because that was all their ambitions were about.
Yeah.
They wanted to make the Champions League, but they never ever wanted to compete for it. And you saw that in, you know, the summer transfer. Okay, you're in the Champions League. Why are you selling your best players?
Yeah.
Surely you strengthen your squad.
Yeah.
So the reason why we were laughing at them is because of their ambitions. Like that was what they wanted. Like them qualifying for the Champions League was like the equivalent of a trophy. They didn't want to be in the Champions League to try and win it, because everything they did showed us that they were not in there to compete for it. Whereas the difference with us is that we're in a Champions League final. Yes, we're competing to make top 4, but it's so we can be in this Champions League, which we're currently in the final, because we want to win it. Because
exactly.
That's the standard. And 100% to echo what you both said, Will, and even what you said, Andrew. Yeah, because at that point, look at them. They are 10th. Their season is over. They have nothing to play for, yeah? And before Tuchel came in, when Lampard got sacked, 2 or 3 points above Arsenal. 3 points above Arsenal.
Yeah. No, you're right. So
yes, we are going to over-celebrate. We are going to milk it. We're going to be happy for the team, because even us as Chelsea fans, we could never have imagined this. We could have never have foreseen this. So this is a tremendous achievement. So up the Chelsea.
Yeah, up the Chelsea. And to echo your point as well.
I'll tell you right now, if we win the Champions League, I'm not speaking for Will Lambs. I'm going to be unbearable. I'm going to make people hate me.
Andrew,
I swear.
Every
day.
I'm
make people hate me. It's like I'm going to celebrate I'm going to celebrate into the Euros. Anything next season if we win. So we're European champions. You know, what are you going to do about it?
Andrew,
especially any London club. You ain't nothing.
We need Jorginho to lift that Champions League, so I can every day on the.
I can't wait. I want to see a picture of I want to see a picture of Jorginho and
Mount lifting it, Reece James, Tammy Abraham, Billy Gilmore.
I think Will's going to go so far as
Alonso,
yes. I think Will's probably going to get a statue made, you know, innit? Like that Mason Mount and
Christensen, Zuma.
If we win the Champions League, I'm gonna get a Jorginho canvas printed of him lifting the UCL, and I'm putting on my wall.
Will, because I've got a canvas, right, that big, that big.
I'm gonna get a Jorginho one that big.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask someone to paint it.
Do you know what? For the first week as well, I'm not even gonna have it in my room. I'm gonna put it downstairs. Just replace whatever's up there already. put it downstairs. The
Well,
pride of the living room is Jorginho.
So I'm going to be here, right? Or it's going to be on the wall behind me, but I'll just have to move it like that. So it'd be like the wall behind me. I'm going to have it like that. I'm going to be shameless. I'm going to be shameless. But yeah, just my little gripe. There we go. It's all good. Yeah. Did you hear the words? We said if.
No, when.
When. You said if. No,
I'm saying when. My views don't represent Lambs and Andrews, but when we win a trophy,
but someone will cut that bit out.
I'm not necessarily saying that we are going to win the Champions League this year, but I do think we are in with a very good chance that I think we are going to win a trophy this year. I'm not sure which it is. We might even win more than one trophy, but I'm sure we are going to lift at least one.
Lambs, isn't it so Chelsea to lose to Leicester and beat Man City in the Champions League?
So Chelsea, so
to lose the FA Cup, then win the Champions League.
Not this Chelsea. Not this Chelsea. It's a machine.
Now we're going to win it all.
But you know what?
Chelsea.
In this case, this Leicester team is actually abysmal. I know we are going to talk about that game soon, and that's another reason why I'm not so worried or apprehensive about this final. I'm even worried about a Premier League game with them now. I think I'm even less worried now that we've managed to pick up points and they've dropped points. So,
Did you hear about at Leicester? Apparently, Maddison fell out with Rodgers after the game on Friday. Was it Friday? Apparently, he spat out the floor.
Rodgers went to him. You're nowhere near as good as Mount.
And guess what? Rodgers. This is apparently And
no, he didn't say that. He didn't say that.
He didn't say
that.
Andrew, this could be rubbish. This could be utter crap. But apparently, after Maddison spat on the floor next to him, apparently he said he had a go at him, saying he's not as good as he thinks he is, and things like that. So,
he told no lies.
Well, listen, that's a good segue, actually. Let's start with another Friday game for Leicester. They love putting Leicester on Fridays, don't they?
Do you remember when they were giving us them dirty lunchtime kickoffs?
Pep's going to want revenge. Yep, he is.
Pep wanted revenge on... Pep always wants revenge. If it's at Wembley, if it's at Wembley... we know what he did to Fergie at Wembley. We're going to show that Tuchel is clear of Fergie, and we're going to beat him. We're going to do what Fergie couldn't.
Don't say that, please.
We're going to avenge English football's legacy.
Hi, Samuel. Thank you very much for joining us, mate. Hope you're doing well, apart from Wednesday night. But
Samuel, one of the only Arsenal Football Club supporters that watches our channel. So
yes, very well. Yeah, all other listen. We mainly do Chelsea stuff, but all other fans are welcome.
Yeah, we just hate your clubs. Yeah.
Let's start on Friday night then. Another Friday game for Leicester against a rapidly improving Newcastle United. But I don't think anyone thought that this result we would see a result like this. 4-2 it finished. Don't let the scoreline fool you. It was a pretty commanding display by Newcastle. Did they go 3-0 up or was it 4-0 up? They went
4-0 up. They were
4-0 up. Yeah. Callum Wilson. They were 2-0 up after. Callum Wilson then I think got a double in the second half. But obviously it's great news for everyone chasing Leicester, including ourselves. Lambs, are we witnessing another bottling from Leicester and the King Bottler himself, Brendan Rodgers?
Not the King. This is the Prince, Andrew.
Okay, the Prince. Yeah, Pochettino's the.
Do you know what's so mad? If they do it again, and something tells me they are in serious danger of doing this again, and I can't seem to understand what it is. Because is it the injuries? Is it the mentality? They did go out and increase in the transfer window after last season, because maybe it was down to the lack of their squad depth, which is what made them miss out on the Champions League places last year, when all of their best players kind of got injured towards the back end of the season, the last couple of games. So I kind of maybe let it slide then, but this season I was so sure and so positive that they were going to do it. If they do it again, then really and truly they don't deserve to be in the Champions League, because at the end of the day, teams like that, if you're going to be bottling it like that, if your mentality can't withstand throughout the whole season, not just certain specific points in the season, you're not going to survive playing against these big teams, these big names. At the end of the day, they went out to that Bruce's team, innit? In the Europa League, Slavia Prague.
Yeah, Slavia.
Prague aren't even that good. So they really and truly, their Europa League exit told me, are they ready? Maybe they're not ready. In the beginning of the season, I felt a bit bad for them. I was like, they deserve to be playing Champions League football more than Manchester United do, because United got off to a terrible start this season. And
simping already, Nicholas. So you're still a good man.
Well, thank you, Nicholas. But sometimes the head gets in the way. When you're having serious conversations, like we're having now, when we're talking about rivals, you got 100%. You got to be on it. But going back to Leicester, I don't think they're ready. I think either it could be the manager, maybe Brendan Rodgers is just not that guy. Like maybe it's a mentality thing, because that's a great squad of players that they have. I'm surprised that they're struggling. I didn't think they would struggle this season to actually maintain that top 4 space, but they really are. So is it the manager? Do they need a better manager? Do they need more rotation in certain positions? I'm really not too sure, but I think it's safe to say that Joe Willock has finally found his level.
Yes. The only Arsenal player
top 4
at the moment.
Top 4.
Marshall.
What's going on? No, continue.
I was pretty much done. I was just, giving my analysis on Leicester.
We'll talk about the Leicester game.
And big ups to Joe Willock, who's finally found his level.
Someone said on Twitter, and I'm not saying before everyone comes at me, saying you can't be saying this about your own players, because I know there's some Tammy stands out there. Someone on Twitter said that Joe Willock has done more for Chelsea this season than Tammy Abraham. So,
Well, okay, but that's a bit over. That's a bit over egging it, really, isn't it? I mean, that's like that's ridiculous. But
good evening.
Evening, yes. Will, for me, Brendan Rodgers is a great coach, right? But I don't know what it is. It looks like he can only get Leicester so far, and then he needs to bring someone in to finish the job off. What did you think? Were you, first of all, how surprised were you by the result and then Leicester's performance?
I'm not surprised by how they're starting to bottle it again, because I think over a season, over parts of form, you can go on a good run of form and get yourself in a good position. The whole 38 games shows if your squad is quality enough to play Champions League football or Europa, etc. I'm not surprised that Newcastle beat them, to be fair. If you're letting Paul Dummett score against you, you might as well give in your wages for a month. If I'm being honest. Give it to a charity of your choice or something. But Brendan Rodgers, I rate him as a manager, and I think it's almost a bad thing in a way, because he's put expectations on himself. He's probably going to get 5th again for second season in a row. It's at a point now where he'll be under a little bit of pressure, because I can't see him winning anything with that Leicester team unless they, God forbid, beat us on Saturday. So it's a really weird one with Leicester, and I hope they sign Samari and sell Ndidi, because they'll see what a downgrade is when they get that Samari. I'm telling you now.
Bit of admin. If you want Marshall's Twitch, it is that in the title right there, Tommy. Okay, Marshalldbdx is his Twitch and his YouTube name. Okay, so it's on there. If you want to follow that, then please do so. We recommend it. He's across the pond, so it's 5 hours behind. So his streams start.
Big ass pond.
Yeah, exactly. Massive pond. But yeah, I'm Marshall. Did you? Oh, I think did we do a Discord thing on Friday for the Leicester game?
Yeah, we watched together.
Yeah. So wait, hold on. Before I forget, I'm gonna go ahead and share the Discord in the chat.
Of course. Sorry. Yeah, another bit of admin. Yeah, we've got a Discord channel as well. Everything running that. We're all on that. So, guys are doing chats in there, or sometimes watch-alongs we might do for the Euros.
Yeah.
And also Marshall will be streaming some game stuff in there.
So lately what we've been doing is that's one of the games that I was watching. I had a chance to watch here at home, and what we do sometimes is we'll stream it so that you guys can watch what we're watching at the same time. And we did that for the Champions League semifinal, and it was pretty fun. So we're planning on doing more of those. We'll see how it goes. It's either me or Epic Nin that'll host it. But yeah, it's a fun time. So definitely go check out the Discord. There'll be plenty of activities there as we grow it and as the community grows as well. So make sure you hit that Discord link, sign up for it.
Just seen Tommy has just joined the Discord. It's just popped up on the notification.
Nice, so nice. Welcome all, man.
Yes,
but
exactly.
For the game, Will, you finish your analysis, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. There's one more thing, actually. There's one more thing.
Yeah, what's going on?
Jamie Vardy, you fucking fraud. I hope nobody ever compares you to Drogba ever again. You embarrassment of a so-called world-class striker. You had one world-class season. You know, you're a decent goal scorer, but you're the English Timo Werner with a bit of a better touch. So don't you? No one dare compare him to Drogba. You're not even.
Yeah, even I take offense to that.
Ooh, Turks and Caicos, thank you very much for tuning in.
If Raul Jimenez wasn't injured, he'd be better than you. He still is better than you.
Oh, I don't know what. Sorry, well, I don't know what's brought this hatred of Jamie Vardy.
Because I hate it, Andrew. Because people go, "Oh, we should start for England over Kane." Are you stupid or something? Jesus God, he'd be a good option if you compare him to Lee Watkins. He's not that level of trash, but he's not a clinical goal scorer.
Wow.
There was a myth before this season that he was a clinical goal scorer. It's a fucking joke. You're nowhere near the Rooneys or the Drogbas.
All right. I'm gonna stop.
He's a dickhead off the pitch as well. I don't know why he is, but he is.
Hey, get Reggie out. I'm going to put you in a timeout in a minute, Will. I swear to God. Wow, I've never seen Will. I've known Will to rant, but my God, this Vardy thing. My God, I'm stopping.
Will's got the Vardy agenda.
Marshall, obviously, great result for everyone chasing Leicester in the top four race. How surprised were you that they were? Because remember, they were 4-0 down. How surprised were you that they took a beating last Friday?
You know what? Like, I'm not very surprised because this Leicester team, almost like Leeds, right? They have the capability of performing like a tactical masterclass, and we see glimpses of that throughout the season, and especially the one that stands out to me is how they just tactically outmatched Man City in the first leg. In the beginning of the season, if people remember that for me was like, okay, we're gonna have an interesting season. That was like a standout game for me in the beginning of the season. How they just completely demolished Man City, and so tactically too, being Leicester, being the squad depth that they have, and the players that they have, and the quality that they have. I give a lot of respect to Brendan Rodgers because he's making he's making something out of very little, to be honest. He does have talent in there. He does have his James Madisons, Iheanacho, who really stepped it up, and Ndidi and such. So, Leicester definitely have talent in that squad, and he is making the most out of that talent. But that game against Newcastle was the opposite of the Leicester masterclass. It was the Leicester disaster class, as we saw. Yeah. Completely had no business to lose to Newcastle in the way that they did too. From the very jump, and I was saying it, from the very first goal, I was like, okay, I think Leicester's going to have one of those games. And it ended up being Leicester having one of those games. They missed quite a few sitters. The Newcastle goalie had to make quite a few saves. Like, even Jamie Vardy, like, people like to make fun of Timo Werner. Listen, man, Jamie Vardy is just as bad in front of goal sometimes as Timo. Maybe not as much, but definitely up there. He missed a few sitters there. And Iheanacho also, didn't really. He stepped up until at the very end, maybe. But yeah, it's good for us. I kind of do hope that Leicester does make top four. It would make things a lot interesting. It would definitely help Brendan Rodgers and his credibility for sure. But we as long as we're in third and they stay behind us, I don't mind. But that was a disaster class by Leicester. Stinks for them.
Two things. Will, you're probably watching him more than maybe some people on this panel, definitely more than me. What about Jonathan David as adding to the squad next season? What do you think about that option? Will?
Will's ordering that Jorginho body pillow he was talking about earlier.
Oh my god. Okay.
He's commissioning that statue, Marshall. He's commissioning that.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a little more than a statue.
Jonathan David, I've heard of. I've not watched a lot of him whatsoever when it comes to Lille. When it comes to the French league, it's PSG or nothing really. I know. I think he was at Anderlecht, I believe, or something like that. I have to check. For me, I know him more from FIFA. And when every time I start a new season on FIFA, I wait a few months, buy FIFA, then I'll Google best wonder kids or best players to buy in career mode, and his name always pops up. But yeah, I mean, Will, let us know when you're back, please, mate. Thank you very much. I will say, if they do finish outside of the top 4 again, do you think they will lose some of their star players? I'm talking in particular of one Wilfred Ndidi, because he is a very, very good player. And some people may disagree. I think he'd be a good option for us and to pick up as well. I know. We might talk about Ronaldo, but it's really just the rivals. But we know Ronaldo's going to probably play in the Europa League. So, but yeah, does anyone think that Leicester they might start selling their stars if they fall out of the top 5? I mean, they do like to sell their stars for big money and then bring in replacements that are not big money. So there is that turnaround. There is reports that Samari is going to be signed for them for about 25 million. I mean, they can offset that by selling Ndidi for about 40, 45, possibly even 50 million.
Starting to sound a little bit like how Arsenal do business, and the only way maybe we can respect Leicester a little bit more is, say, if they were to qualify for the Champions League, if they got that additional Champions League qualification money as well, like you guys said, if they were to sell, let's say one of their best players, then they buy 2 players, one of them nearly decent enough to the level of the player that they sold. So at least they have, as well as adding squad depth, they have rotation for players in vital positions, critical positions, where they don't have much competition for spaces there before. I think that's how we can tell about what Leicester's ambitions are moving forward. Because at the moment, you're right. Yes, they have sold players. Yes, investments have been kind of good. Like if you think about some of the players they've sold, what they've sold them off for and how much profit they've collected, you think, wow, Leicester are amazing at doing business. But then again, where have the profits been reinvested into? Have the replacements been that great as opposed to the players they've let go? Arguably, possibly not. So I guess maybe this summer, depending on where they finish this season and the summer transfer window, I think that's going to tell us a lot about Leicester's ambitions and future plans.
Yes, I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, I like, is it the left back? Is it Justin James or James Justin?
James Justin, yeah.
James. Oh, Will, good. Oh, Will, what you know. There was a question. What did you think about Jonathan David being added to the
Lille
squad?
Yeah.
Of Lille?
He's not. I don't think he's there yet. He's about to win the league with Lille.
Fingers crossed. Yeah.
I think he's only 21 though, and I think we should go for more of a senior option, if I'm being honest.
And I know there's been reports recently that Rice is our preferred number 1 target for that area. Let's do the GM. What do you think Rice is it, or is it
Tchouameni?
Tchouameni?
Tchouameni is he's not a bad player. If we signed him,
that's good.
Maybe he would be a decent 4th choice to have. Although if you want an out and out sitting midfielder, Rice is the guy to go for.
What about Prime's here? I know about Jonathan Davies' quality, but extremely young. He is. He's not a true striker. He's not a true striker. That's right. He's more like a false 9. Tracy went to buy him. We need to get rid of our forwards. Well,
we're already going to get rid of Giroud. Yeah, exactly.
Going.
There's no one you need to get rid of.
Prime knows that. Prime agrees with that. That Tammy and Giroud are going. I think if we can't buy a striker, I think I don't know if anyone disagrees. I think we might try and buy another cam and another winger. and rotate the false 9.
I'd rather go for another winger than get another.
Can I just make a?
Oh yeah, I'm just thinking if Ziyech, if the situation Ziyech where he finds himself like.
Yeah, I know. It's just I've seen a lot of our fans say that they want Dybala and Felix, and although no. That's what I mean. Although I rate Felix, and to a certain level I rate Dybala too. They're not the profile of player we need.
No, you're absolutely right. I was just. I know Ndidi is a quality player. He's only 23, I believe, in Ndidi. I think he's got. I think I'd love to see what Tuchel would make of Ndidi because I think he can make his passing better. Because you can see he's out. If you looked at Gary Neville's quotes today on Sky Sports about he doesn't know how Tuchel's been able to coach the guys to defend like this so quickly.
Yeah,
and it's not defensive football. It's defending well. That's different.
Is it smart?
Kamara, I've heard very, 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 very good things about Kamara, but I've not seen him much whatsoever. But I will have to have a look at him because Kamara has been touted by top talent scouts to be one of the best young defensive midfielders, and he can play centre back as well. So it fits the.
That's the position that we need. But my question was, do we need another winger? Is that something that?
Well, I was thinking if we're not going to buy a striker, a striker is somebody we should be focusing on. But I think false 9 position could actually work well for us. I was thinking like you add another striker or a cam who can play fully up. Then they might rotate the false 9 position with Havertz, Werner, and Ziyech and Pulisic can all play. Potentially a false 9 or front 3, even if we go to a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3, you can still play a potential false 9. Like I'm not gonna, but sort of like Firmino plays basically like a false 9,
like the role he used to do.
The role he used to play. You could definitely do that, but we've got obviously if you put a Werner there, he's got blistering pace or stuff like that. Because I think it's going to be very hard to prize Lukaku away. And Haaland because of the financially, it's a lot of money even for us. And then Lewandowski.
There's a risk that it couldn't work. It won't work as well because we know we have that problem with strikers as well.
Yeah.
So if we are going to go to a striker, if we are going to go for a natural number 9, I don't think it's worth us splashing like tons and tons of money for then people to be sitting here like they have been doing all season. You splashed 50 odd, nearly 60 million on Werner. Nearly 40 odd million on Ziyech, nearly 90 odd million on Kai Havertz, like all of these, and then for all of these people to just basically be criticizing them because they're under such a watchful microscope where one wrong move that they've done, and because they all got off to such a slow start this season, there was all this, I can't score, and it wasn't helped with Werner sitting there missing sitters and howlers, So like, what can we do? What can we really say and defend that? So if we end up in another situation where we have gone for an actual natural number 9 and it's still not working, it'll just be like our rivals will just keep on talking. Oh, it's not going to work. It's not going to work.
If we don't buy a striker in summer, world-class striker, then we need to keep Giroud. Tammy can still go, but we need the option Oli Giroud gives us. The issue is he's out of contract.
Yeah,
he's out of contract, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back. I don't think he's getting the extension.
Listen.
I'm going to renew it.
He deserves it.
Listen, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to the MLS. He's 35. He's got one last. Maybe not. Maybe.
I don't think he will, though.
Maybe he's aiming for the 2022, but maybe. I was thinking, what about is it Broja?
Broja.
Yeah, but
he might go back to the French league.
Listen, just have him maybe around the squad.
11 goals this year.
Yeah.
He's 19 or 20, maybe 19.
You know what? Giroud isn't bad. He doesn't fit the squad.
I don't think the problem is this system. If he chooses to go with system, doesn't suit Giroud.
No, where he should go.
Yeah.
Where he should go. He should. If Yilmaz leaves, he should replace Yilmaz at Lille.
Maybe. But So that's the Leicester game covered. So whatever happens to Leicester, I don't care. I always wanted when we played Leicester to be around where it affects both of us. Like us positively.
You know what's funny though? Lambs mentioned earlier that they follow the same like model that Arsenal does, but the only difference is that they have a fucking good manager and a manager that knows what to do with the players that they have, unlike freaking Arteta, who's still playing Saka at left back.
Yeah, well,
the reason that I want
and
Leicester...
Pepe as a false 9.
The reason I desperately want Leicester...
Willian as a striker, actually, he did that earlier in the season. I forgot about it.
What's that, Will?
Sorry, Will. I'm sorry.
The reason that I desperately don't want Leicester to get top 4 is because all of the... Well, actually, it's not all the big 6 teams. It's Tottenham and Arsenal fans and like the West Ham fans like, oh, it'd be nice to see Leicester finish above Chelsea. It would be nice to see that. Just shut the fuck up. I hate
that what they sound like?
I don't listen to that. It's just.
Is that what I sound like?
What?
Not you, Marshall.
Not you. I'm talking
Marshall. About.
No, I just want Leicester to be in top 4. I want to break the mold. I just want Leicester or West Ham to be part of the top 4.
West Ham can
get Liverpool out of there. Get Arsenal out of there. Fuck them.
Let's move on to the next game. Saturday lunchtime. Leeds versus Spurs. Spurs needing to have any chance of an outside top 4 place. Went to Leeds, very open first half, but then Spurs went. I think it went. Leeds went 1-0 up, then 1-0, and then Spurs capitulated. Leeds, even I have to give them props, played very well on Saturday, even though people overhype them. What did you think of those Spurs doing another Spursy? Harry Kane's got to go. He's got to leave for the sake of his sanity, let alone his career.
Yeah.
What did you think of What did you think of the game overall? Yeah, I know.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, that was obvious. Yeah.
I had to put myself on mute while you were talking. I was laughing to myself. It's just typical. It's honestly, I honestly thought that they were going to win this game because I thought, okay, they're in a similar position as Arsenal. Their season ended, a little bit before their season.
Yeah.
Ended. So I just thought, okay, no pressure. I think that what they won their previous game as well. I'm just thinking, just collect some points. I think at that point, top 4 was still mathematically possible for them as well. Considering Leicester dropping points, West Ham dropping points. So it's still possible for them to kind of get in there as well. I know Liverpool are still roundabout there in contention after winning as well, but it was still in their hands as long as they kind of like just won their remaining games and whatever happened. But Stuart Dallas, my goddamn guy, what? And this is why I love Leeds, because you don't even know what Leeds can turn up. The Leeds and if this Leeds turns up, they can literally beat like a prime Bayern Munich, PSG on their best day, and other days they can get slapped by West Brom, who are about to be relegated. So you just don't know with Leicester. They're really one of those bipolar type teams. But I'm glad that this is the Leicester that turned up against Spurs. And Spurs doing another Spurs, just being Spursy, and I love to see it. It's absolutely beautiful to see, because at the beginning of the season, it was Arsenal fans that were giving it all of this. Mourinho, Arteta, we won an FA Cup, we beat you in an FA Cup final. Oh, we just slapped United 6-1 in their ground. Oh, we've got this. This is our season.
Yeah.
Is it?
Let's be fair. I'm a tiny bit fair. That was a goal from Harry Kane. I don't care what anyone says. That was if his shoelace was offside, I don't care. It's a goal. All right, it's not.
And Rodrigo's goal was offside, I thought.
I was watching.
No, they checked the lines. It was onside.
I was watching a review from like some Spurs fans on their channel afterwards, and in the comments, I was seeing diarrhea, diabolical.
Yeah. Just living up to his name.
And I cannot agree more. The guy is trash, yeah?
Oh.
Before I said, Fred was a social experiment, I take that back. I'm now convinced Eric Dyer is a social experiment.
Oh.
How that guy, is playing as a centre-back for Tottenham Spurs, it's fraud. It's
you know what? Looking at Eric Dyer is the one reason that, I'm sort of glad that we have the centre-back options we have. Like, because Zuma, who I don't rate, would be their best centre-back. Maybe apart from Toby, but you can argue it now because Toby's a bit past it.
He would. Well, listen, we might just do a stream one day where we just slander Spurs because, when the Euros get to the later stages of the thing, they won't be on every day. We might just do like a whole Spurs slanging, especially when they get their manager, whoever that may be. You know, all the tweets yesterday was that Allegri is learning English, so just so he can reject both Arsenal and Tottenham.
That is such an Allegri thing to do as well.
Guys, let's actually make like this segment like a thing on the show.
Andrew, the man when he won,
understand or Spurs slant, I don't know, some kind of SS alliteration.
Allegri.
I went. Sorry, Will. Hang on. I'll let you go after this. I went on Southampton City about a month ago, and me and Carefree Lewis destroyed Spurs for like an hour and a half. That's the only problem. We'd be like, we'd be on it for like 3 hours or something like that. I don't think I could. Even I probably could add to that. But Will, Leeds, fantastic performance yet again. Spurs. I mean, that report before the game last week that they were thinking of putting Ryan Mason in charge is just the absolute joke. But what did you think of? Let's praise Leeds. What did you think of Leeds' performance?
They were very, very good, and what Bielsa has done this season. Do you know what? I know that I joke about Bielsa.
That was hilarious.
Trying to trigger Leeds fans because Leeds fans are a bit annoying.
Very much so.
All them overhyped and everything.
Yeah.
When you compare how the media hyped up Sheffield United, I actually think Sheffield United and Chris Wilder got more praise.
I don't know if if you notice though, some of the media praised Leeds when they lost 6-2 to United.
That is embarrassing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like I've never seen that before. That was like, remember when we lost to United last season 4-0, but they said we still played well. It's like I don't know what they're watching, but yeah. You obviously know my feelings on Bielsa. It's not really Bielsa itself. I think just people overhype him a bit.
I mean, Andrew, I get what you mean last year because the foreign media and UEFA nominated him in the top 3 coaches of the year.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
you won the championship. Thomas Tuchel won titles with PSG. That is harder than winning the championship. Well, you could argue it, but I'm joking. That's more important than winning a French league first division title is way more of an achievement than winning the championship. But yeah, what do you want to ask me? Sorry.
Well, no, I'm just thinking now. Leeds played well, but I'm saying this now, and I'll repeat this until he does it. If Harry Kane is not telling Spurs, I want to leave, and if you don't sell me, I'm going on strike, then doesn't matter who the manager comes in, whether it's Gareth Southgate and he's only coming in because they're England and stuff like that.
Whether it's Southgate or Conte.
Whoever comes in, if he doesn't say, I want to leave, then Harry Kane, from this point, will no longer be rated by me as a top striker in the Premier League, okay? Because he lacks ambition.
We could do the same for Son as well. Son cried after the final.
Son as well, yeah. Son and Harry Kane have to leave. They have to leave that. They have to leave that club.
Oh my God! Okay. Son at Chelsea as a left forward.
Both of them.
Or even a centre forward. Son actually really suits us when you think about it.
But what do you think? Where do Spurs go from here, though, Will? Do you think the manager wise? Where do you think they go?
Well, who do you get rid of to bring in Son though?
I don't think you get rid of anyone. You just need a backup.
No one. Fuck Son. He can go somewhere else.
True.
All right, just Harry Kane.
And then if Giroud leaves,
just Harry Kane. Well, no. Son would be easier to get than Harry Kane. Son would be under 100 million, I think. He'd be like 70 or 80 or something like that. So.
Do you know what they do?
And he can play false 9 as well.
Do you know what Spurs should do, Andrew? Do you know what Spurs should do? They should get their finger out there. Well, actually, don't do this, Spurs, because I hate you. But they should get their finger out their arse, call Jose, call him back, give him a nice wage, but sell the dead wood and buy some actual players from him, and maybe they'll actually win something. That's what they should do. Or
when Poch loses the title, they'll just re-sign Poch back, yeah?
Or do one better, hire someone awful like Kovac at Monaco.
Yes.
Do that, because you'll fail even more.
Cool. Okay, Marshall, what do you think of the game overall between that, and were you surprised how easily Leeds handled Spurs in the second half particularly?
You know what's funny? Is that Daniel Levy gives Jose Mourinho players like fucking Eric Dyer and Aurier and Lamela and all these like Lo Celso, all these players that have just not been doing anything for their clubs.
60 million for Lo Celso. 60 million for Lo Celso.
And then he's like, okay, win us trophies. Win us the Premier League. Win us Champions League. Do anything. Get us top 4.
Or thank you for getting us to a cup final, but I'm going to fire you the week before.
And then the Spurs fans have the freaking audacity to fucking complain about it's dead football. It's dead football. Yeah, no shit's dead football. You fucking have Eric Dyer in the fucking team.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, do you want to win? Do you want to win trophies, or do you want to complain about the football you're fucking playing? Like, and some Spurs fans will say they rather have beautiful football and be like relegated. So like they're just ridiculous. And
I'd rather lose 5-4 instead of win 1-0. Lose it all.
They're ridiculous. They're ridiculous. But like Lamb said, we could have a whole segment about that.
We will.
But we could we will have a segment about that one day. But as for Bielsa, look, I don't necessarily agree that he might be one of the best managers in Europe. I don't, because when you think about it,
UEFA nominated him.
Yeah, we don't think he's UEFA nominated him.
Well, but I don't disagree with that.
He's a very good he's a good manager, but
I don't necessarily disagree, because as a manager, you make do with what you can, and I don't think he has well exceeded expectations for what he was brought in for. Yeah, well exceeded expectations. And if you're exceeding expectations as a manager, I think that makes you a good manager. And not only let's put this into context, guys. This team was in second division at one point, first division.
They've been relegated.
He was in first division. Yeah. He came on when they were in the championship, right?
Yeah.
He promoted them in his second season, came close his first season, and now that he's promoted, he is a few games away from possibly getting a place in European football. They're in 10th place right now, and they have 3 games left that are relatively easy games by their standards. Like Lamb said, you never know, they can just not turn up against a Burnley or whoever they have left, and they could actually take 8th place by the end of the season. You don't know. It's crazy.
Is that UEFA conference qualifying?
I think so. I don't know. It's some place. It's some
it's UEFA conference
competition.
Yeah. Especially if we win the FA Cup as well, I think even 7th place is Europa League qualification as well. So
that's crazy. As a manager to do that with a championship team on your first season in the Premier League, that's respectable.
Well, listen,
I don't think he's as impressive. Hold on, I don't think he's as impressive as Tuchel. I will give Tuchel manager of Europe at the end of the season if he accomplishes Champions League and FA Cup final and top 4. But I got to give Bielsa his credit, man. Credit where credit due. It's very impressive, and I am excited to see what happens in the next few games.
Leeds' last 3 games are this Saturday: Burnley away, then Southampton. Burnley away, Southampton away, and then West Brom at home. So,
those are all winnable, Andrew.
All winnable.
With Bielsa, those are all winnable. If you look at Arsenal and Everton's schedule, they don't have it as easy as Leeds do. So it's like it's very possible, and it's exciting now to see if Leeds can actually accomplish that. As for the game, look, man. You know what's hilarious? They sacked Jose, and kind of what happened when we sacked Jose, how the players with AVB, we still stuck with the Jose tactics.
Yeah.
It's hilarious. Like, you could see it in the game, and I saw very little of the game. I didn't actually get to watch the whole thing, but you see it in the game. They were playing Park the Bus FC. Yeah. Even though Ryan Manson is their coach and they're talking about signing him for next season, the players are actually sticking to Jose's tactics still. 3 games later. Speaking of, Dele Alli, from what I saw, is actually playing decently.
He was good against Spurs.
He was good, right, Will?
Yeah, this week he was good.
It's against Leeds, though. Yeah, take it with a grain of salt, because it is against Leeds, and Leeds like to leak goals, and their defense isn't the best defense, as we saw against Brighton. But Jesus Christ, man, Leeds completely just dominated that game. They could have won more. Spurs had a few moments. They didn't make the most of it, and this is what I know. I know Will doesn't rate him.
Who don't know rate?
Meslier.
Media,
yeah. I do think that this kid has the potential to be France's next goalkeeper.
No. Marshall, do you know what? Marshall.
I know you're not going to agree with me, Will. I knew you were going to agree. Can I
say one thing, Marshall? Can I just say one thing? He saved one deflected shot, which any goalkeeper of a decent level would save. And Mike Magnan I think that's how you pronounce it. Lille is far better than him, and he's only like 24, 25. So he won't be.
This kid's only 18 though.
Yeah, and a goalkeeper can play until they're 35, 36. So I don't see
but goalkeepers mature late, and what I'm seeing, look, just my opinion here. What I'm seeing so far of this kid this season, yeah, he's made amateur mistakes. Whatever. You're 18. Everyone says it. Goalkeepers mature later. All right. He's a young goalkeeper. He's going to make mistakes. But the saves he's made this season, and in that game, from the few that there was actually a handful of saves he made in that game. We can look at the stats later, but he made a few saves in that game, and he was solid in the back for Leeds. He was solid in the back for Leeds because Leeds could have bottled it. Leeds could have lost that game. Leeds could have tied it.
He's 21, by the way.
He's 21. Okay, thank you for correcting me. He is young, regardless. So yeah, this kid, I see him more and more when he's playing a good game. When he's at his best, he's really good. But yeah, they Spurs just couldn't with Leeds. It was just one of those Leeds games where they decided to show up and. They don't have a manager right now. They're just sticking with Jose tactics right now.
Can I speak about Bielsa for 2 seconds? Just a quick thing about Bielsa.
Yeah, very quick.
The thing is with Bielsa, if you compare his squad with managers, with squads like, for example, Pochard with Southampton or Coman when he was started as a manager with Southampton, those Southampton squads are much better. And I think they finish in similar positions. Look at where Bielsa's managed as well. He's got a lot of balls in him for choosing Leeds. He's managed Bilbao, which was successful, I'm pretty sure. Espanyol. He's been Argentina's manager. He's managed Marseille, Lazio, and Lille. So
he took Chile to the World Cup, Will.
Yeah, actually, yeah, Chile as well. Sorry, yeah, Chile as well. So he's managed a lot of higher level teams. So for him to go down to the Championship, it shows he's got balls.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and good squats. So
it's not a bad point.
Absolute steal, mate.
Yeah, just to say, guys, I'll say it one more time. Like and share the video; it'd be great. Subscribe if you're new. Put your notifications on as well. The bell there when we're on. You can put your chats in there if you want to super chat them. We will read them out. That's the last time I will say that this stream. Right, so Spurs lost. I'm bored of Spurs. Well, not
Screw
bored
you,
of
Spurs.
Bored of Spurs. They're loser club. Let's move on to another game on Sunday that was affecting the top 4 race as well. That's West Ham 0, Everton 1. Now. That result was obviously good for us as well because West Ham were breathing down our neck. So we've got a little breathing space now going to the last 3 to 4 games. West Ham are, I don't know about you, but I think, I don't know about you, Lance, I think Lingard's slightly going off the boil at this point. It's having little effect on this West Ham team at this moment in time. Missing Declan Rice still.
He was on the bench, though.
He wasn't on the bench. He wasn't on the bench.
Really?
No, he's in the stands.
Which one he was?
No. Unless that's his twin brother. He was in the stands. But yeah, Jesse Lingard's having less effect on this West Ham team, which seems to then run out of ideas. Really, I know they hit the post as well, but Everton hung on. Dominic Calvert-Lewin scoring. What did you think of the performance? And do you think West Ham are going to, I wouldn't say bottle it because they're not in. They haven't been in this position before. But do you think they're going to miss out now on the top 4?
Yes, they are going to miss out. And again, I don't think they should blame themselves because I think the idea was just to kind of stay up this season after they almost got relegated last season. I know the signings have been great. The team spirit, turnaround mentality, everything's been a huge contrast this season as opposed to last season. I think you're right. I think Jesse Lingard's form falling off a little bit is to do with the absence of certain players around, like a Declan Rice. Him with Souček, them together controlling the midfield, giving them that supply line to the front. That's why he creates so much opportunities. He gets a lot of chances to score goals. That's why he does tend to score them. I think their absence, his absence, Declan Rice, especially him, means that Lingard's not really getting so much service, probably having to drop a little bit deeper than he's used to as well, having to try and create and make things for himself as well. I thought this was going to be quite an evenly matched game as well, because I know Everton is struggling, and for similar reasons as well, injuries to key critical players as well. I think Rodriguez coming back has helped them with a bit of creativity in the middle, where they have it before. I mean, the game against us, they got absolutely outrun in midfield. We completely... like the amount of space they were giving us, I was just like, this is embarrassing. I can't believe this is Ancelotti. Ancelotti is allowing this to happen. But again, you can see, like, with Everton, same with West Ham, injuries to key critical players. If they don't have that squad depth, means that they might miss out on those European spaces because of they don't have the squad depth. They don't have good enough rotational players to come in and take their spot. But literally, like you said, to echo that, I think Everton will get better next season. I think Ancelotti knows what he has, what he needs to improve on, what's gone well this season, what he needs to improve on to kind of climb a little bit higher, compete maybe not just for Europa League spaces, try and push for those Champions League spaces as well. West Ham have exceeded even their expectations, I'm sure. I think if they want to start competing for European places as well, I think more investment needs to be done. They need to invest more money into better players as well. We saw what Everton have done with Rodriguez as well, coming into their team. You've even seen Leeds go in and invest in like some big names as well, just in an effort to try and stay up. So if West Ham do want to get in and compete with these people, they've made some great signings, some amazing loan deals as well, but some of those players don't belong to them. A lot of those players don't belong to them. They need to make sure that they can either keep those players or replace them with players decent enough to take their place. But all in all, as a Chelsea fan, I mean, I can't complain. This was exactly what we wanted. Both Leicester, the team in front of us, and West Ham, the team behind us, to drop points and for us to pick up points and give us even more breathing space.
One of the few times we actually did that too this season, Lambs.
Yeah. Oh, and also, I know we're going to talk about it when we get into our game as well. But usually, when we're in positions where we can capitalize, we usually don't take advantage of that. As well.
Yes.
And I also genuinely thought that West Ham would probably not West Ham, and I genuinely thought that because they dropped points and City scored first, I don't think we've come back from a losing position in a game as well. And that's the first time we've done that as well. Yeah. So all of these things, I think, is the stars, guys, honestly. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. West Ham's last 3 games, Brighton, I think Brighton should be mathematically safe, but Brighton's a difficult place to go to. Brighton away on Saturday, then we got also late. I started the cup final. If we are celebrating, still might watch it. West Brom away. West Brom have got relegated now, Marshall. We've now seen when teams get relegated, the shackles are off. They tend to
Andrew, all the teams in the relegation zone are officially relegated. Every team above relegation, Fulham is done. It's 27 points. They need 10 points to even match up, and there's only 3 games left, so they can only get 9. So,
Marshall, my question to you, the question to you is cover both teams. If West Ham, my prediction is this: even if West Ham get 4th or 5th, their owners are so tight that I don't think they'd spend that money on that much of the squad to improve it. Everton, on the other hand, have spent a lot of money. Do you think if they go again and spend another bunch of money, there's more pressure on Ancelotti to have a real go at that top 4 spot?
You know what's funny? The biggest conclusion I got out of that Everton West Ham game from what I saw was that Dominic Calvert-Lewin, when his team plays like Ancelotti wants them to play and has tactically made them play, the kid is a really good striker. Like that game alone, he had the 1 goal and it was a nice goal. And he could have gotten 2 assists if he had better players around him. He had like really good quality. Like we're talking Kane level, like breaking through the defense passes that just nothing came out of it because Richarlison's a fraud and the rest of the team they're just like below par, below average. So I agree with you. And I think he should, if they get a better midfield, because Andres Gomez isn't really that great. Who's the other one? Decore. Decore he's okay. He has his days. Yeah, he tails off too. Allen, as far as I know, Allen has been one of their more solid defenders and a solid CDM for them.
He's like a 6 out of 10, isn't he? 6.5.
Yeah, exactly. He's not better. He's like maybe Fred level, if you want to call him that. Yeah. You know, maybe a little better than Fred, if you ask me. But but like other than that, they don't really have a midfield. And I think that's been really hurting them when it comes to I mean, James has been in and out all season, and even when James is in the game, he kind of plays him in the right wing or the right forward and attacking positions rather than the midfield.
He plays Sigurdsson, in the middle, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And Sigurdsson's been solid too, but again, they need a little bit extra in that midfield, and if they do get that little extra in the midfield, maybe like one of the comments say an Isco or just a good box to box midfielder, they could compete. They could be a lot better. So I think the pressure would be on. I agree with you 100%.
They need a lot, Everton, I think, if I'm being honest.
So again, Will, sorry?
I think they need a lot. I think
maybe defense too.
They spend a lot though, Will.
The thing is,
Ancelotti's under pressure, right, to go for a 4th spot.
True.
Yeah.
True. But with
Allen
had a good start, but as you said, tailed off. So did Decore. James has had injuries, but when he has played, he's been good, I guess.
Will, don't you think it's weird though? They're tailed off, but they're not. They weren't in Europe this year. They didn't go deep into the cups.
It doesn't help as well when you've got 3 awful goalkeepers.
True, They need a goalkeeper.
Dean has been injured as well. Dean has been
Pickford
injured.
was very inconsistent for a lot of the season.
Calvert-Lewin. His season actually reminds me of Tammy's last season.
Yes.
Yeah. Really good start.
Yeah. Everyone hyping him up. Next England striker.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Did you see him play in that game, Will? He looked pretty good.
I didn't watch.
But Will's just saying
to be fair.
And this is Will's just saying he's just had an inconsistent season. At the start,
I think a lot of that though is to blame with the squad depth and the players around him, because individual brilliance, he's got it, man.
I think Calvert-Lewin though, I think he would do well at Chelsea. I think he would.
I agree with you.
You keep pushing this, man.
Andrew, the more I see it, the more I'm actually convinced that he could do well under good management.
But Andrew, I don't rate him overall as a player. But I think
he wouldn't start.
I think he might even start though, Marshall, because I think his strengths suit other players we have. I think
maybe
his hold-up play is decent.
Will, listen.
Why 16? No thanks.
I just don't see. I don't know why. I just don't see us going for him.
Yeah, and he's not my first choice by any means.
He's not my first choice either.
I think he's a system player, but I think in the way we're playing at the moment, I think his movement's really good in the box. He gets on the end of a lot of crosses, a lot of balls. Yeah. Good on the end of set pieces. Not clinical, that's the wrong word. But if we give him the amount of chances that Werner's had this year, or if we just give him more chances than Everton have made in general, I reckon he would score goals for us.
I think me and Will could agree that as a replacement for Giroud or Tammy, I think DCL would be great. I think me and Will could agree with that.
I wouldn't mind him. I wouldn't say no instantly. Yeah. But he's definitely not first choice.
Would you guys? I know he's been a bit injured recently, but what about Luca Digne for left back, or would that be like too much?
Better than Chilwell, but I don't think he's better.
I think he's better than Chilwell.
To give players competition for spaces, actually.
Maybe.
Well, that's why I thought about that, James.
Otherwise, these players are going to get too comfortable thinking that their spaces are safe.
Yeah.
True.
We saw that happen with Chilwell earlier in the season.
With Digne, though.
But that's why I thought about that James Justin from Leicester.
If he's not going to be a guaranteed starter, if he's not going to be a guaranteed starter, Everton, his market value, I think, is around 50 million.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's that much better than Chilwell to pay big money for him. Personally, if we're going to get a left back similar to Chilwell's level, for real competition, I'd go for Tagliafico from Ajax as backup. 18 million is his asking price.
28, right? It's 28 now?
28, 28 years old. You know, it's time to move on. I don't rate Tagliafico too highly, but he's a much better.
No, but what we were saying is like we were saying that maybe 3 to 4 or maybe 3 major big signings,
and then a couple,
couple to supplement the squad, like left back and a backup goalkeeper.
For me,
competent. That we're not.
Get Guerrero, if we keep a 3 at the back system, would be amazing, but I don't think Dortmund will sell him.
No.
Tagliafico or Anthony Robinson for me are the two.
Yes,
the two that I think are attainable.
Or we're saying who we want. We're going to 2 for once, so I don't care. Do you know what I mean? We are linked with Alexandro. We're not going to debate him. I think we debated him.
We did it yesterday a little bit.
If you want to go see that debate, watch the video from yesterday, the 1K celebration.
But about the game yesterday, though, aside from Calvert-Lewin having a little bit of individual brilliance, look, Everton got lucky. From what I saw, Everton got lucky. West Ham had multiple opportunities to score goals, and I'm with what Lambs is saying. Once Lingard is gone, who do you get to replace him? Because Antonio, is very injury prone. On his day, Antonio is world class. On his day,
no, he's not world class. Come on.
On his day, though, Will. On his day, he can make
world class.
On his day,
no, but on his day, he can make goals out of nowhere.
He could be a Europa League group stage to round of 16 player. That's what Antonio is.
Listen, do you know what?
Okay.
Do you know
on his day, though,
he
can't make a goal out of nothing.
But with West Ham, I think we're going to be in for Rice, but I don't think we're going to pay the money. But we have several playing options for them, like a Barkley, like a Tammy, or someone else, maybe a Ruben Loftus-Cheek or something like that.
Ross Barkley wouldn't. No. I'm just saying on his day. I'm not saying he's a world class player. I just mean that there are games where he can just score a hat trick out of nowhere and no one expected it.
Goal like he did against Burnley the other day,
but the problem is that he's just always fucking injured and he wears his shorts too high. You know what I mean?
So he's 30, right? He's 30.
He's 30. Oh my god!
30, Whoever put Gosens in, big up to them.
Yes,
on his day. But yeah, like I think they had the opportunity. If West Ham this offseason invests in a proper striker, maybe Tammy, that might be their solution. A Tammy might be their solution. Who knows?
You know what?
Because they can't depend on Antonio.
Their owners are tight to begin with.
Yeah, we'll see.
David Moyes, they'll say, David, you got this far without us having to invest that much.
That's not a bad shout, man. Ross Barkley and Tammy for Rice, I would do that.
Yeah, I'd do that as well.
I do that too. Kai wouldn't like it, but Kai doesn't like the price.
I'd even pay 35 million still on top just to sweeten the deal even more. I'll just do it.
Wait, 35 million, who would you put in it? Barkley,
Tammy,
or Tammy. And 35 million for
if you put Tammy in, then we value him at 40.
The only problem with Barkley and Tammy potentially going, it's obviously West Ham are going to have to pay Tammy's wages, which they might not want to do.
Yeah, but he's not on. Yeah, but that's the thing. Tammy's going to have to really be realistic. This summer, but
which he won't be because he probably thinks he's better than he is. We'll
talk about Tammy further in the summer with the transfers and everything like that. It might be a show on its own.
Wood is better than other nines apart from Kane in the Premier League. Do you mean out and out number 9?
I'm not discussing that. I'm not discussing that.
I don't know about that.
Okay, let's move on to our game. Saturday tea time. Can I just point out to Man City fans, other fans, and the media that Chelsea made 5 to 6 changes as well at the weekend,
and they always go on about their great.
Yeah, exactly. Can I just point out? And they haven't played. Can also in the semi-final of the cup, they didn't play our strongest team either. They haven't played our strongest team. Okay, I just want to point that out, just in case. Let's talk about our game. I was on with the second half anyway, but I went into the game nonplussed, and I thought Chelsea in the first half looked like they were just strolling about the park. Gave away a goal, then a penalty, the Panenka. How dare you try to disrespect Mendy like that? And then Then the second half, it was like Thomas Tuchel gave him a big kick up the backside and went, you're playing for places in 2 finals. Came back, Ziyech hammered it in. That was a very powerful shot. That's even Edison got his hand on it. He can't stop that powerful shot.
Mendy would have saved it, Andrew.
He would have saved it. He would have saved it. You're right. The other Mendy, the faux Mendy, got destroyed by Reece James on the right hand side.
Andrew? Did you see Pep's reaction?
Yes, I saw that. Yeah,
literally when James got past Mendy, Pep sat on the floor, did the Bielsa squat and put his in his hands. Oh god!
And then some weird combination of Cho and Alonso scooped it over the goalkeeper for the win. But important things coming out of that game: we dominated them the second half. Any Man City fans claiming Sterling should have got a penalty? Okay, that's fine, but I'll come back to you and say Sterling shouldn't have been on the pitch.
Yeah,
because that was a red card. If he does that in the European Cup final, he goes off. So that sort of balances itself out. Billy Gilmour grew more and more into the game. Fantastic performance. We could take Kante off and rotate with Jorginho. So that's another one.
He was excellent as well.
Yeah, both of them were excellent. I thought defending. Christian obviously got injured. Rudiger was imperious again. Zuma got outpaced by Aguero in a second.
He made one. To be fair to Zuma, I don't rate him much at all, but he made one
world-class tackle.
Yeah,
didn't have to play Havertz, which was a big plus. Werner made very good runs offside for a couple of goals that went in, set up the assist. But Lambs, let's just focus on this game, not whether it gives us an advantage in the Champions League.
Because I think that's all bullshit, to be honest.
Yeah, so do I agree that.
We haven't seen like our best 11 against their best 11.
Which no one said today at all. No one said we made 5 or 6 changes.
You know what I mean? We rotated, they rotated.
Yeah.
We haven't seen their best 11 against our best 11, which I think is going to be reserved for that Champions League final.
Yes.
But even so, that's still a decent, and we all know City's B team is good enough to walk into most of the other top 6 as first teams as well anyway. So and really and truly, they did perform a little bit better than us in the first half. They kind of had an advantage to seal the game. They didn't take the chances. They weren't clinical enough, whereas we were. And I have to say, with the whole penalty incident, I'm not too sure because it's one of those ones where in some cases it's given, in some cases it's not given. For that, I think there was the same challenge that Billy Gilmour did, that Azpilicueta did, and it was given against Gilmour, but not against Azpilicueta.
I was just thinking that too. I think the Aspie incident is more of a penalty than the Gilmour one.
I will not discuss that Sterling penalty because he shouldn't have been on the pitch. So I won't discuss that. Okay, he shouldn't be on the pitch. So we want to balance things out.
Yeah, I think that is also another talking point as well. If you actually think about it, the referee was terrible.
Anthony Taylor again.
Yeah, there was about 2 terrible tackles. And
why does the English Premier League have so many shit fucking refs?
For either one of them as well. And I was just thinking, serious. Like, at least one of their players should have gone off for the red card at the end of that game. And I think the refereeing was terrible, honestly. But I just want to talk about that awful penalty from Aguero. Like, man thought he was at an exhibition match or something.
I know why he did it. Because
I don't know what that was. Because
Simon,
go ahead, Will.
Simon Johnson today brought out an article saying that Aguero is seriously being looked at by us, and he said if we can't get Haaland and Lukaku, he's going to be the first choice. So he missed the penalty because he wants to join Chelsea. You know?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
sure, yeah.
If that was the audition, it wasn't convincing.
He's not on penalties. He's not on penalties.
Kudos to Mendy though.
Now
how Mendy stopped it.
Now Man City must be sitting there thinking like, if this Champions League final goes to penalties, let's not put my man on. I think we could. But really, there's not much else I can say about the game. I just want to quickly just wrap up. Because Timo Werner kept on being, the boy was born offside. Seriously, I don't know how many times he was caught offside in that game, but it was just really annoying because those goals, one of the goals he scored was actually a good goal. And I was like, why are you doing this? Even during the watch along, I think what did we have to remove Will twice?
Oh yeah, because Will was ahead of us. He went, there we go.
But Will, it's not your fault. It's the referee's fault and Werner's fault for being offside. So apart from that, and I can't really say anybody stood out to me. It was a good professional performance. Credit to the team, credit to Tuchel, I suppose, as well. Making the right changes, rotating the squad very well. Definitely a much better second half performance.
Yeah.
And yeah, we collect the W.
Yes, the W, which put us over Leicester by points. We still got to play Leicester after the weekend results. Like you said earlier, Lance, one weekend where our result has actually been favourable to us and detriment to others. We go 6 points clear of West Ham, and we do play Arsenal midweek. If we beat Arsenal, we could go 9 points ahead of West Ham, as West Ham have to go and then win. But yeah.
And if Liverpool beat Manchester United, maybe we can even finish second. Just saying.
Actually,
maybe.
I'm going to let anyone know this now. If I'm doing a watch along for you to the Champions League, we are all starting at the same time. I'm not having this like 30 seconds, 35 seconds.
Oh,
yeah, we can't.
Anyway, Andrew, so don't worry.
Oh, okay.
We can't.
But yeah.
No, because you're always watching from the future, you need to put that shot.
Yeah.
You know what, guys? Just tell me. Tell me what. I'll tell you what happens, so you can put a bet on. Yeah. I'm joking. If anyone's watching,
betting playing it.
Yeah.
Marshall. Brilliant second half performance. I thought Reece James was man of the match for me.
Me too.
He ended Benjamin Mendy's career at Man City on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
There's only one true Mendy, and that's our Mendy in goal. Like I said, I think Tuchel at half time gave him a right kick up the backside and said, like I said, you're playing. You know what? I'm not accepting it. We have two finals. You're playing for places in the finals. And second half, apart from that penalty appeal, I think we really nullified them. As much as Mendy didn't have a save to make in the second half, I don't believe. But what did you think of the second half performance?
One true Mendy to rule them all.
That's right, yeah.
There's so many Mendys in the damn game.
Right, yeah.
Ours is a true Mendy.
That's right.
Fucking for the Rick and Morty fans out there.
That is the quote of the week. One true Mendy.
One true Mendy, yeah.
In respect to Mendy, kudos to Mendy because the man got me 11 points into my fantasy team for saving that penalty. One-handed save with fucking man saved it like he was Thanos and just fucking snapped his fingers. No, you're not doing this, bro. That was great. Kudos to Mendy for doing that. Look, I don't know about Aguero. I know he's been injured all season. He's just getting back into the game because he's finally getting starts, but he looks so unimpressive to me. I know he beat a few of our defenders in with the legs and stuff, but I don't know. He just didn't look that impressive. Reece, man of the match for me. Is Hakim Ziyech, another clutch goal. What else does this kid have to do in order to prove this man, whatever will, what does this man have to do to improve to the fans that he's picking up form, and if he keeps going like this, he's going to be another great signing for us, and he's going to play a part in the squad, especially. We don't know. He's going to play a part with the rest of the season. We have a lot of games. We have to rotate. He might be playing that Leicester final for the FA Cup. We never know. But overall, top performance. Even Callum Hudson-Odoi, who has been struggling to get good game time with the little game time he's gotten. When he came on, he looked electric, man. He had that offside goal that, if he timed it a little better, it wouldn't have been offside. Very unfortunate that it was offside. And that little play he did to Werner, and Werner passed it into the middle. And look, Werner, you may have been offside all game, which was frustrating because I understand it's maybe the pace. He's a little too fast. So maybe it has something to do with that because it's not the first time he's been offside. He's offside frequently. But yeah, that pass to the middle, and it's Alonso's goal, but Cho was very close to scoring it as well. You could even say Cho kind of guided Alonso's foot to the right direction if you really want to push that agenda. But
is it just me that thought it was a little bit of, looking back at it, Edison maybe could have done a bit better?
I think he was.
You need godlike reflexes for that one.
I think he was starting to crouch a bit. like that, and then it's sort of
Mendy would have saved it, Andrew. Mr. Tickle would have.
Mendy can save the world.
Papa Mendy,
you know. But yeah, overall, the biggest takeaway from that is showing that the mentality, man. For us to come back from that game, it wasn't even the fact that we got the goal in the last minute, but towards those final minutes, those last 10 minutes, we were close to getting that goal. That goal was just asking to be going into the back of the net at that point.
No, you're right. I will say a couple of things, or maybe one. Cho coming on, very good. I think he'll actually start on Wednesday. Cho, maybe even at right.
Hopefully in an attacking position.
Yeah, well, yeah. Second of all, I don't think Cho will leave even on loan in the summer. Yeah. We saw the reaction Tuchel gave him when he came off the pitch. It was like he'd put in scored a hat trick or something. Do you know what I mean? Or scored come on and just obliterate them. The way he was coaching Cho after the game, and the way he embraced him. I think Tuchel loves Cho, and is seeing him as and Gilmore, and seeing him as and actually even Reece James, and seeing him as all these youngsters, seeing him as he doesn't want to let them go out on loan. He'd rather keep them there and start training them, to be better, which is what I want to happen. Will, yes. 2 times we've beaten Man City now. They haven't played their best team in either. Their so-called best team. We haven't played our best team. Like I say, if you've got a set 11, that means your squad's not good enough. Okay, so you know what I mean. We both used our squads. What do you think? Do you think Pep's learned anything about us at all in the last 2 games?
I think he has, but I think that's natural when you play a team twice on any occasion. Both teams will look very different in the final.
It's very true, Nexus. Very true.
I see why people say this is good because, it's great to win. Obviously, we want to win. But I see a lot of people saying that Pep might overthink it.
He did with that lineup Saturday, don't you think?
Yeah, maybe. But if you look at Tuchel's career as well, he can overthink things a little bit as well. So I'm just going to take that with a pinch of salt about the whole Pep overthinking. Yeah, something.
He's not playing. He's definitely not playing Aguero and Jesus.
Yeah, and Andrew, the fans. I'm a massive fan of Hudson-Odoi. Yeah, I'm not a Cho stan. I wouldn't go that far, but that's why I've never panicked with Hudson-Odoi because there's no way that Tuchel would have started him in a massive.
Hello, Will.
What happened to Will?
Will. I don't know. Maybe the Cho stands for him.
Wait, can you hear me?
The Cho fans. Oh, now we can hear you. All right.
2 seconds. Someone called me. I need to put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
What 16-year-old says that?
I can't hear you. 2 seconds. I just got to come out and come back in.
Real quick, while he's doing that, what I do want to say though about the game, Chelsea fans, let's not do the reactionary thing. Please don't start slating off Christensen. The man made a mistake, okay? Just like Mendy made a mistake when he gave a penalty under Lampard with Everton. Just like Rudiger made a mistake against Sheffield. He made an own goal.
Yeah.
Just like Aspie nearly cost us the Atletico Madrid game with that penalty. These players make mistakes. They're not perfect. We don't have when you think about it individually. When you think about all of our center backs, other than Thiago Silva, and even he's made a mistake on his appearance.
2 against West Brom.
Yeah, West Brom.
Okay, I'm back.
2 against West Brom with the red card. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The only one that's world class is Thiago Silva. So please, these players are bound to make mistakes. Don't start slating him. Don't start throwing your agenda saying, I want this kid out of my club. He's trash. He's terrible. Please. He made one mistake. He got injured trying to do the right thing. If he did get injured, we know Christensen. He likes to fake it, but that the Aston Villa game, he did actually get hurt. As we heard afterwards.
Didn't he get in the Barnsley game? Didn't he get turned as well? And then
he got a concussion.
Yeah, you know what, I understand what you're saying, but if he goes, I certainly won't cry.
Thing is, against Barnsley,
I won't cry either, but I don't want people to just react towards the mistake he made and be like, this guy's trash, get him out, because he's been so good up until that point.
I feel like when people say this about, say, players who just arrived this season, I think that's a reaction. That's a fast reaction. But when I'm talking about players like Christensen, players like Jorginho, players like Rudiger, and yes, I apologize for Rudiger, I take my words back. But with Christensen and Jorginho, I still stand firm on that. Like, they're not new. Like, they've been here for time. We know what they're like. Like, this isn't, when you see Jorginho do a blunder, it's not like it's the first time we've seen it. We've seen it many times. When Christensen does the shit, we've seen it many times as well. We know they have it in him. We know they have it in them. That's why.
Any player has it in them, you know?
Future, when I'm looking to, okay, who's gonna strengthen our team? Who's gonna take us from this level to title winning? Competing for the quadruple, like seriously competing for the quadruple. Like City, they're not the ones.
I don't know though, because I wouldn't say.
I mean, we're about to win a double with these guys.
No, we're in contention for a double.
We're in contention. Yeah.
If we win a double, though, then that changes the whole conversation, doesn't it?
Get it right.
We're close. We're really close.
Jorginho is a better player than Rodri, and they're about to win a Premier League, and they're in contention for the Champions League. You've got Christensen. Christensen is a better footballer than Ake, and you could argue Stones as well.
Okay.
Fair enough.
You could argue that, yeah.
I'm not saying...
With Ake, I'll agree with you, Will, but you could almost say Christensen's probably like
That's fair, Lambs. That's fair. And I'm not saying that Christensen...
They've had up and down performances.
Wait, let each other land.
Turned up this season. Like, he's come out and surprised everybody. Christensen has also turned up this season. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nobody expected it of them. They've both turned up and been phenomenal. So I would probably maybe put them in the same category.
To be fair though, Lambs, I get what you're saying. Christensen is probably not good enough to start in a title winning team. Yeah. I don't think players like him and Rudiger, and even though I love Jorginho a lot, I don't think they're weaknesses to this squad. I don't think they're the main standout weaknesses. I think we can afford to keep them, even if it's on a squad rotation level. I still think they could be very important. But yeah, if they're at that level to start in a title winning team, that is fair to be up for a debate. I just don't think they're weaknesses in the squad. I think they're good backups and maybe even do deserve to start.
I think we all agree that we need to get a centre back anyway in the summer.
Yeah. I mean, I would love a centre back. I don't think it's top priority because I do have a lot of confidence. I think top priority is CDM. Seeing how our midfield has been, the Jorginho, we've been getting away with Gilmore, right? Like, let's just get it right. We've been getting away with Gilmore. Yeah. We can only get away with Gilmore for so long.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah,
Lambs. No, I'm respecting Gilmore because he totally deserves to be playing more often than not.
What do you mean by getting away with Gilmore?
I think he means. Sorry, Marshall. I think he means we don't have enough depth in that midfield, right? So it's like, Kovacic is out, and Kovacic is out, and we're overplaying.
Now we're relying on a 19-year-old.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. We're overplaying Jorginho. We need like one more body.
Gilmore's going to be fantastic. He is going to be fantastic.
He will. Marshall's not saying that. He's just saying. Like,
I know. I'm defending Marshall by saying I know.
But if we had another body in there, we could rest Jorginho and Kante more.
You know, much pressure.
Have Gilmore still play Gilmore because I think Gilmore's going to play. I think Gilmore's going to start Wednesday. I think he's going to.
I think so too.
I think Kante's going to get a rest.
Yeah, I think he's going to start Wednesday. Kovacic is not fit.
If Kante was going to start, I don't think. Oh, actually, I don't know. If Jorginho wasn't going to start, I don't think he would have come on. I think
the only thing, guys, we've won our hardest game of the last league games in the run. Okay, we've won our hardest game, and I don't care if Arsenal fans are excited by this. They're a mid-table club. Okay, so we can afford to play Billy Gilmore against them, and I think Jorginho and him will start. The only thing I think Marshall was saying is that, and we've all agreed with this, we just want Kovacic has gone out, and we've had to overplay Kante and Jorginho. Normally, if Kovacic was, if he was fit, he'd be Gilmore.
Rotating.
Gilmore.
No, I agree. I 100% agree. If like, and that's why I said, what do you mean we're getting away? Yeah. Gilmore. Yeah. I get what you mean. Like, at this point, for these remaining league fixture games, I think it's definitely we should probably be looking to give people like Chu, people like Gilmore more minutes when we are in a pretty good position because of these other results that have gone enough. The fact that it's still in our hands as well. Yeah. But I think coming up to next season as well, like we have Carabao Cup games, we have FA Cup games as well.
Yeah.
These I'd like to see Gilmore get more minutes.
Yeah, exactly. You're
absolutely right. Like you said, the game's been coming thick and fast. If we lost Kovacic at a crucial time, say we end up in like 2 finals at this stage next season or whatever, and like say 2 of our top CDMs get injured, we don't have rotation in that position. So 100%, I think the CDM position is one of our targets.
Number one. I think that's number one for me.
As well as a striking position, 100%.
He rested and did not take Mount on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because Mount, he's been dropping Mount into as a third midfielder the past few games. I just think you're right, Lambs. It's like, because I think he's going to play a couple of different formations next year along with this one. So we just need it anyway if he plays 3 in midfield anyway as cover. Do you know what I mean? It's like, only makes sense. Gilmore. Sorry, Marshall. Finish what you were going to say. Sorry. What were you going to finish?
God, what was I even talking about?
We were talking
about the Christensen 3 in the back. Because at the end of the day, like our 3 in the back, I think we can all agree: Aspie, Rudiger, and Thiago are solid. Yes. And we could probably get away with another season of that, because I don't know, after another season, I don't know if Thiago Silva will still have the legs. I don't know what's going to be happening with Aspie or Rudiger. They are getting older, Aspie and Thiago mostly. So we do need a center back. I think we can get away until January, maybe. We'll see. But it is an important position we should fill. The options are a little thin. I don't really want to pay 100 or however much of a transfer clause for what's his face, Jimenez. It's going to cost us just as much as Haaland. So we'll see in the summer. But I think CDM is definitely that important position. And yeah, out of those 3, Christensen is in 4th place. Zuma is 5th. I think Zuma's the one that has to be out this summer.
Yes, I agree with that.
That's why let's not disrespect Christensen too much.
Do you know what? This is never going to happen because I think he's Bayern's record transfer, but I'm a massive fan of Lucas Hernandez. I'd love to get Lucas Hernandez to play in that left centre back role.
The only thing is, they died away all of a sudden. They were linked to Sula for Bayern Munich.
I think we might go for him, Andrew.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm just saying that those rumours have slightly died down the past few weeks. Remember, there was.
I hope they die. Period.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Marshall. If he wants him, I have to back it.
All right, look, I gotta trust Tuchel, but sometimes it's like. You, Andrew, we've seen him play, and Will, you've seen him play too. It's kind of like
I don't think you play him at right back or right.
Yeah, that was.
I hope not.
Yeah, if you look at,
hasn't been that impressive, man. I'd rather keep Zuma than have Sula.
Is he going to insist? Is he going to insist on not selling Tomori after seeing what he's done?
You know what, Andrew? That's another thing too. That's why I'm not in a rush for a center back, because when the season's over, we got Tomori coming back. Possibly. We have Gahey coming back.
So we might get him back. You're right, Marshall.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. So there's Tomori, there's Gahey, and then there's Ampadu if you want to consider Ampadu. All right. We have 3 other center backs that we can consider.
Malang Sarr as well. We still have
Malang Sarr, who I heard hasn't been that impressive, but we'll see. He was never really.
He's still going to stay out on loan for a bit longer, but he's our player.
4 center backs right there, guys. So that's like, maybe we don't have to rush into the center back. Maybe Tuchel will see something in someone. Maybe Tomori comes back. Who knows? I would love Tomori to come back. Score more goals against Pirlo, Tomori. I don't care, man. Good for us.
I love these guys to. That's why I wanted Tomori to go. It was like I wanted him to stay with Thiago Silva. I wanted to learn from Thiago Silva, because I think Rudiger and Christensen and partly Zuma have learned from Thiago Silva this year.
And Tomori might come back, because as far as rumors go, I think Milan doesn't really want to pay the price for Tomori, the 30 mil.
Going to keep Tomori. And if I'm being honest, I think Gahey
will go out on loan.
I think we could keep him.
Really?
There's been talks.
Who knows?
There's been talks from even before this season that apparently this was meant to be his last season on loan before we try and mould him into the squad.
I
like.
I think Silva stays for another season. It has to happen. He's been so good.
The Silva one's a funny one. The contract is 1 year with a 1 year extension, but they've got to agree it. The Thiago Silva's wife is becoming one of my favourite people at this moment in time. Today was like she was like, from our side, yes, we'd love to stay. So it really is up to the club, essentially. So
I
again,
do not
Lampard
see them letting go of him after his contributions to this.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, I think
Tuchel especially won't let it happen.
Even just off the pitch.
Tuchel didn't want him to leave PSG.
Yeah, we've got here as well.
It's one of the reasons why he fell out with the board.
He didn't want Cavani to leave either. He wanted to keep Cavani instead of
he wanted to keep
Icardi. He hated Icardi.
Yeah, and look, as much as I don't like Man United, look at how Cavani's been performing for them.
Why do you think PSG signed Moise Kean? It's because he didn't trust Icardi.
True.
And as well,
his new name, gents, is Icardi B. Shout out Joy.
Andrew, with Gerhi, it could have all changed because Lampard's not here anymore. So it could have all changed.
We'll see.
Listen, he's going to evaluate Listen, this guy's meticulous. He's going to evaluate the loan players when they come back. See what they can
trust
do.
Tuchel.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it. So thank you very much, guys.
Wait, Andrew, Aston Villa, Man United. We're going to talk about that game.
We're not doing that rubbish game. There's only one true Mason, and that's Mason Mount, not their bargain bucket version.
All right, fair enough. And Arsenal, Willian finally scored for Arsenal after 36 games.
I'm not doing that either because that's rubbish. We will be back.
Agent Willian in his prime, he waited until Arsenal had nothing left to fight for, then he turned up.
Out of a free kick, too. It was hilarious.
We will be Varane Carlos. Okay. Sorry? Do you mean Varane? Okay, I don't know.
I think it's a joke on Roberto Carlos.
Right, okay.
Varane Carlos.
Varane Carlos.
Carlos.
The schedule this week is either we are back on Wednesday or Thursday with the review of the Arsenal game. Ryan, man, your Salah agenda is so strange. I like
very
it
strong.
because you don't.
Ryan's Salah agenda stinks.
Yeah, it is very weird, but he doesn't back
Ryan,
down.
are you wearing a Liverpool shirt too? Like in that picture, you're a Liverpool fan saying that?
A Liverpool fan who hates.
Very weird.
What he says about him. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god, man.
So we'll be here Wednesday or Thursday with a review of the Arsenal game. We might do an FA Cup preview game on Friday. I'm not 100% sure yet. But if we do
when is that FA Cup game, by the way?
It's
guys?
Saturday.
Jesus, this week.
Yeah. Saturday,
wow, that was quick.
And then we're facing them again on Tuesday.
Yeah, on Tuesday.
Back-to-back Leicester games.
But yeah, he's a massive Potterhead, is Ryan as well. Take the cargo away.
Lukaku, Ryan. That's
Jesus.
Oh my god, guys, unbelievable. And then depending on the result on Saturday, we might not do one on Saturday only because we might be celebrating. We might, but anyway. But after we finish here, you can go onto one of our good friends' channels, Charlotte Strong TV. She's got a new referee show, so you can go over there and please subscribe to that channel as well. But yeah, like I say, our socials are in the description. That is Lambs. That is your Instagram, is right? Instagram follow. Yeah. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a sub for 1,000. You have to take that with Ryan. It's nothing to do with us. That's Ryan's opinion. You have to take it out with him, your fellow copite.
Make sure you guys join the Discord.
Join the Discord. Please join that.
And YouTube, if you're watching, you should add the raid feature so we could just raid Charlotte's channel.
That's true.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
But yes, the Discord link. Thank you very much for being part of this channel, subbing to us, liking the video. We have many videos you can go back and watch again. But from Lambs, Marshall, Will, Kai's not here, so I will say, like he does, remember, have a good day, don't take drugs, and be kind to each other.
Eat your fruit and veg as well.
That's right, eat your fruit and veg. Have a good day.
Weights.
William, top goal scorer.